Hello everybody. So I know I missed an upload last week. Okay, and this is also not on time. It's not. It's beyond Thursday now. It's Friday, and it's gonna take me a while to edit this video. So hopefully I don't have to edit it at all. Let's not make any mistakes. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have this like newfound obsession of Saif and his movie, Saif Ali Khan, the Bollywood actor. And today I will be ranking all of the Saif characters from his movies that I've watched so far. But I've decided certain criteria for ranking his characters today, and I will be allotting points if like the Likert, I'm not entirely sure if it's Likert or Linkert type scale. So where you basically like award points on like usually a scale of 5. And one can tell that like 0 is usually extremely disagree, completely disagree, or like no, 0 is bad and 5 is great, good, amazing, awesome. So that's what we'll be doing. 0 means and 5 means, so we're going in that order from 0 to 5, and I'll be allotting points based on the different criteria, and so we can total the points to decide the final rank of the character for the criteria, all the things we had. And one of the criteria is he a questionable person or somebody who needs to be fixed? And that is very evident in a lot of his movies actually, and it is very repetitive. So yeah, so like after watching the movies and after I do pride myself on my ability to connect dots, and I was able to connect the dots, and I did see the similarity that a lot of his characters have. This is like the same character, the same man in different fonts, and so he does need to be fixed in a whole bunch of his movies, and especially a whole bunch of the movies that I was able to find and watch. So the rest of the criteria, we have hotness, we have physical hotness as well as like aura points, and we have personality as well, because like you can be very hot but you can have like a repulsive personality. So Saif is hot, period. But what about the personalities of his characters? That is also very important. So is he intelligent? Is he a good man? Does he have like a strong sense of morality? Is he a questionable person who needs to be fixed, like I said? Is he a good partner, boyfriend, husband? Is he a good father figure if there are children involved? Or like would he be a good father figure? Because like there are not children involved in a lot of the movies, so then there would be like difference in total rank. So I would like end up ranking the rest out of 20, the non-children ones and the children ones out of 25. So I've just ranked them out of 25, and I've just like given him the children, would he be a good father points based on anticipation. Would he be a good father? Like we have the movies where I know, okay, yeah, he's a good father figure, but then there are movies like, would he be a good father figure? Can I anticipate, what sort of dad would he be? So we have that. And then here are the movies I've watched so far in the order I have watched them in. We have Kal Ho Na Ho that I watched in 2022 for the first time, and then I rewatched it recently. I rewatched it just today. Hum Saath Saath Hain, watched a couple months ago. Hum Tum, watched it on its 20th anniversary, that is 28th May. Tashan, I watched on 11th June. Tara Rampam on 12th June. Salam Namaste on 13th June. Agent Vinod on 14th June. Cocktail 17th June. Love Aajkal 18th June. Thoda Pyar Thoda Magic 19th June. Bunty or Bubbly 2 28th June, Omkara 23rd June, Phantom 24th June, Dil Chahta Hai 29th June, and those are like all the movies I've watched so far. I did not watch any after that. So taking up his characters in that order, the first character to rank is Rohit from Kal Ho Na Ho. Let us begin. So Rohit is a cool guy. I like his style. His hair made his head look like an egg, which was a bit irritating, and I'm deducting aura points for that, as well as the poor displays of sexiness he tried to do while trying to like woo Naina, when he's like, hey babe, and when he's doing that Chhe Din Ladki In thing, and he's like talking about like, hey babe, this and that. It was very overdone and it was not sexy at all. It was kind of weird. So yeah, like his crisp suits and shirts and ties. So a solid 4 for hardness. Intelligence. He's smart but not quiet. So I give him a 3 for intelligence. He is a good man. Methinks, but then not the strongest sense of righteousness. Okay, so if you know me, I love my righteous man. Okay, I love the other righteous man. Yeah, 3 out of 5 for good man, sense of morality. Does he need to be fixed? You guessed it, he does. He kind of does. He is a man child, just a little bit. And he is a Londi Awaz. So that's essentially like playboy. He's a Londi Awaz. And yeah, so a little. He does need to be fixed. And for that, so this particular category gets you minus points. So -1 for Londi Awazi. He is a good boyfriend with a decent bit of assistance, but I love how he becomes better at maintaining Naina as the movie progresses. So I'll give him a 4 for that. Yeah, a solid 4. There are no children involved as such, but we do see him with Geeta's children briefly, and he has a mixed sort of reaction, making a sour face initially, but then kind of attempting to kiss the child's head and console her. But he also allegedly calls them gande gande bacche, according to Aman. So yeah, but we do see him and Naina with their like grown-up children. So I guess he did a decent job raising them, but you can never know with men. You can never know. So I'll give him a 3 out of 5. Adding all of that up, we get 16 out of 25, which isn't bad, but nowhere near great. But moving on, we have Hum Saath Saath Hain. I am not a good singer. I'm a bathroom singer. Please don't tell me that I'm off key. Yeah, okay. And I love his character in Hum Saath Saath Hain as well. So everybody loves his character in it though, because he's such a simp. And that one scene where he is playing his brother-in-law simping over his sister, who's portrayed by the girl he wants to marry. So simping Ultra Pro Max Light, we stand. Although his character here, Vinod, is more on the Vinod. Vinod. His name is Vinod. Okay, interesting. I love the Vinods, I guess. So his character is more on the cuter side instead of being conventionally hot. His simping earns him a 5 on hotness. He gets aura points and he is hot. He's physically hot. I find him physically hot. And I mean, hotness, let's just like call it attractiveness. So it's like cuteness as well, not just hotness. And he also gets aura points. He gets aura points. And I wish I could give him more actually than 5. But in my heart, he has more than 5. In my heart, he has infinite points for hotness. Okay, so intelligence, not the sharpest nut actually. I'll give him a 2 on intelligence because he's a silly, goofy little dude, just how I like them. I like the silly, goofy, wacky little dudes. He does not really think. He is just not a thinker. He just brings this like no thoughts, just sort of vibe to wherever he goes. And I love it, okay, I love it. Morals, pretty strong, yeah. He's a good man. He's a very good man actually. He cares deeply about Sapna and his family, and he also had he took a stand for his brother, and he was like, no, if he's going away, I'm also going away, whatever. Yeah, he's a good man. He has a strong sense of morality, even though he might not be the sharpest nut. He might not be the most intelligent. He might be a little bit stupid, a little bit silly, goofy, wacky, but he's a good man. Okay, he's a good man, Susan. So I'll give him a 5 for that. I mean, he doesn't need to be fixed in the sense that he only has eyes for Sapna. He's not a Londi Awaz. He's never been a Londi Awaz. He's always, had his eyes on the prize. His eyes for the prize, okay, which is just how I like them. But he's a little bit stupid, yeah. So he definitely has a lot to learn from his brothers, and he doesn't wake up on time and all. So he's a little childish. He's kind of like a man child. He is a little bit of a man child. So -1 for that. -1 aura point. He lost 1 aura point for that. Great boyfriend, husband, partner. Yeah, he's amazing. No doubt about that. I've already talked about that. Seems like a good father figure, especially to his older brother's newborn child, and also I think with his sister's children. I watched the movie a little while ago. This is all off the top of my head, but I think he is a good father figure, yeah. And he's very sweet with children, so 5 out of 5 for that as well. Totals to 21. Deserved. Deserved, Vinod. Deserved. Okay, next character. Karan from Hum Tum. सांसों को सांसों में भरने दो जरा. I love that song. It's such an intimate song. I love it. Okay, so he's not super hot attractive actually. I love this movie but like I have mixed opinions about his character. He's not super hot / attractive. His clothes are weird in the beginning, and apparently the red cargo pants were Saif's own pants. No comments. Nevertheless, his Tom Cruise look also. Thumbs down, but I do like some of his later looks. He does look kind of hot as the author narrating the story later. The suit he wears to the engagement or whatever of like his friend, the full black suit. He's also wearing it during the Hum Tum song. So I'll say a solid 4 out of 5 for hotness, begrudgingly. He also gets horror points for becoming the man he does, trying to lift Ria's spirits and all. Yeah, he gets horror points for that. Actually, you know what? I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5. Hum Tum is a really intimate song and he looks very hot, but also before the song, when he's drinking in the rain and he's like, and that's like, that scene's very goofy, but also like very hot and very sexy. And then he's like, okay, I'm not gonna drink. Drinking is for like bad people. And then he like takes the drink back and he's like, but I am a bad man. So like, that was so hilarious. That was so hilarious and also a little bit hot actually. Not gonna lie. So he gets a 5 for hotness, I'm afraid. This is even after the Tom Cruise stunt, the Tom Cruise look, whatever. The heart ones or the heart ones, I'm afraid. The black suit did its magic. He has personality quite a lot actually. I love his personality. I think. Mixed opinions, like I said. He's funny and he's kind of sort of smart. Is he though? Is he really? Let's give him a 3 on intelligence. Pretty average. He does improve as the movie progresses. So yeah, I think 3 is fine. 3 is fine. Strong sense of morality, the kind I like, also develops as the movie progresses. Let's say 3 only because pretty average. He does become a good man eventually. Good man, quote unquote good man. He does need to be fixed and he becomes a better man because of Ria. Of course he does. This particular trope where he needs to be improved or he becomes a better man after meeting a girl is so overused in his movies, I swear to God. It's not even funny, it's actually quite annoying, He needs to be soft parented, like, brother, I'm deducting 1 point for it, I am. So, is he a good boyfriend, husband? He becomes one because of Ria and his father telling him that he needs to run after her. Why do men always need people to tell them to do things? They never grow up now, do they? He also does take it upon himself though to become her medicine after she seems to be depressed. He does know what to do, okay? He's just a little confused because he thinks he's such a bad man. Oh my God, he just thinks he's such a bad fucking man. It's giving TikTok, it's giving book talk, I'm sorry. But he does take it upon himself to like uplift her spirits, to make her happy, yada yada yada. You get the gist. You've probably seen the movie. It was quite a hit. It was quite a blockbuster, if I do say so myself. It did well. And so yeah, 4 out of 5 stars for that. Is he a good dad? I think so actually, because of how he was in the song where he gets the children to sing and dance for Ria, again like in Paris. And also when the daughter is born, he's very possessive. LMAO, that scene was hilarious. I'll give a 5 star for daddiness. Total 19 out of 25, okay, not bad at all. Okay, Jimmy from Tushan, how do we rank you? Jimmy, I feel like he's, again, very mixed opinions. There are some characters I feel like I have very strong opinions about, negative or positive. And then there are some where it's just like, I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of confused. I'm kind of a bittersweet, mixed feelings, mixed opinions. So, hotness, I don't know, Digging the mustache. The mustache was weird. Did not like that. But he gets aura points for the way he speaks. George Bush, whatever, however they were pronouncing George Bush's name. He does get aura points for that. He does. And for his tushan, 3 out of 5. He has personality, like I said, his tushan. And for intelligence, he gets a 5. He's intelligent. He catches on pretty quickly after being screwed over by Kareena's character Pooja. I find that name a little disturbing, quite disturbing actually. So I'm just gonna call her Kareena. Yeah. But I'm deducting a point from for him for also being like a Londiawaz and thinking Kareena is the one and he's gonna be like fixed by her, and also he wanted to get into her pants so bad. He wanted to get into her pants so fucking bad. Deducting another point for that, so deducting 2 points in total. Not the strongest morals actually, and I don't like that either. He only gets a 2 for that. Good partner. Not really. I don't think so. But I'll give him a 3 for being very concerned for Kareena's character, and making it seem like he did have some semblance of love for her. So yeah, he gets good father figure, a radio silence, crickets chirping. I don't know. So I think the total is 11 out of 25. Tararam pam tararam pam, tararam pam tararam pam. I have very mixed opinions about that movie. It's like no thoughts, just vibes sort of movie. It's a kids movie. It logically makes no sense at all. I will talk about that. But it is also like no thoughts, just vibes is both a good thing as well as a bad thing. It's just very all over the place. It's very messy. But yeah, it's a kids movie and it's not supposed to make a lot of sense. So who am I? Who am I to make sense of a movie that's not supposed to be made sense of? So RV, his character is hot. Okay, he's hot. He gets a 4 for hotness, and I love him in a lot of songs we have. Yeah, I do. And he like, I feel like this is the most Saif has ever looked like Ibrahim. This is like, Ibrahim does not look like Saif that much. This is like the more, Ibrahim does not look 100% exactly like Saif, but this is the closest. Like Saif exactly 100% looks like Ibrahim in this movie. And then like that is why I had not watched Tara Rampam before Ibrahim met Charles Leclerc in Monaco, and everybody's like, oh my god, Tara Rampam, oh my god, Tara Rampam, this is, and everybody's like, hey, this is exactly Tara Rampam. And then while watching Tara Rampam, I realized how much Saif looks like Ibrahim in that particular movie. Like, it's amazing. Oh my god, it's amazing. Okay, so he's hot. RV is hot and he gets a 4 for hotness. I love him in all the songs we have. Aura points for being a simp. Hey Shona, hey Shona. Intelligence, maybe like a 2.5 or 2. He's not the sharpest nut again. He is quite stupid. Let's give him a 2 because he also refused Harry's help. Harry kept trying to help him, Javed Jaffri's character, and yeah, he's definitely not the smartest. Morals, he doesn't have a loose character, and I want to say a decent sense of morality, 4 out of 5, because I'm deducting 2 points for like needing to be fixed. He desperately needed to be fixed. He was just all over the place and he desperately needed to be fixed. So I give him 4 out of 5 for morality. And he was also like, I feel like he was vocal about why he was not doing what he was doing or why he was doing what he was doing. He was vocal about it. But yeah, he gets a -2 for being a little bitch. I'm afraid. And he needed to learn many lessons actually. Yeah, he needed to be fixed both by Rani as well as his children. Is he a good husband? Yes, but he also tormented his wife quite a lot by being so stupid. So her fault too, actually, for not saving any money at all. And this is what I was talking about. This movie actually has zero logical sense because it was a kids movie, and so she was also in the wrong for not saving up any money at all. Like, she was supposed to be the calm to his chaos, the like rock to his craziness, the like straight man to his clowning. What the fuck was she doing? But again, it's a kids movie, so like I can't even question it. And it didn't make any sense how they hadn't paid off the loans that had to be paid in a couple of months. So like when they got married, the loans had to be paid off in a couple of months, and then years later they have like, okay, so like when we see them years later, they have like children, and the children, like their daughter is like 7-8 years old, and like, so you haven't paid off the loan that you were supposed to pay off in a couple of months when you got married, like let's say like 7-8 years ago. And how is the loan that was supposed to be paid off in like 8 months not paid off in like 8 years, especially because how did they like completely manage to blow all the money that they did not have like any money left to pay the loans? That was also how did the people wait like 7 years for you to pay off the loan that you were supposed to pay off 7 years prior? Doesn't make any sense. And he made like massive amounts of money per race. Like he got an increment every race that was mentioned. And I did the math. So like when he won his first couple of races, and when he like had just gotten together with Rani's character, I forgot her name, I'm just gonna call her Shona. So when he got together with her, and when he like started winning races, he got like an increment every race. And again, like that was years before. Like how did they manage to blow off all of that money? Where was that money going? If everything that they were wearing was on loan and on credit, how did they manage to blow off all that money? Where did it go? And also like the school fees was just like a couple $1,000s. It was just like a tiny fraction of what he was making, because they were also able to like still save up and everything for the school fees. I was like, it was not that much. The school fees was not that much compared to his like the money he was getting, his salary, and he was getting an increment every race he won. So how did they manage to, where did all that money go? How did they blow off all of it, not pay off any of the loans which was supposed to be paid off years ago, and how was everything on credit? Where was all of that money going? Where was it disappearing? And why was everything on credit if he had more than enough money to buy everything? So they also managed to stay afloat for the year that he was recovering without, like, Rani also did not have a job. Rani was also unemployed. So like, where was the money coming from that year? Anyways, I will give him a 4 for being a good husband. He was a good husband. And I feel like we already deducted points, and I'm also like not giving him a 5, so I'm deducting a point here as well. He did torment his wife a little bit, but she was also very stupid. The entire fucking plot was very stupid. They just wanted to get to the point where like, oh, his son eats glass and goes to the hospital, and his surgery has to be done. So like that is the thing that motivates him to go back out and win a race with his pit crew of taxi drivers. No thoughts, just vibes. Love the movie. And I knew, it was like, as soon as it started, as soon as they were like racing, I was like, ooh, this is like a NASCAR ripoff. I'm not like a huge NASCAR, F1, Le Mans, or however it's pronounced, I don't know, nerd. I don't speak car and driver, but I do have a decent, tiny little bit of knowledge of like NASCAR and Formula 1 because of a friend of mine. Got into F1 because of him. And yeah, so as soon as I was like, ooh, this is like a NASCAR thing going on, it's like a NASCAR ripoff, and I googled it. I was like, is it a NASCAR ripoff? And yeah, it is a NASCAR. And also they got inspired by a lot of different movies to make it, whatever. But yeah, it is like a NASCAR inspired movie. Like the races are inspired by NASCAR. I hope it's pronounced that way and I'm not pronouncing NASCAR wrong, but if I am, please forgive me. Okay, so this movie made very little sense, but anyways, good dad, yes, 100%, 5 out of 5, love. I wish he was my dad, I wish he was my father. He's 3 years older than my father, Saif. So like, if he wants to adopt, if Ibrahim wants a girlfriend, if Saif Ali Khan wants a girlfriend, So, okay, he totals to 17 out of 25 this. Okay. Salam namaste, salam namaste, salam namaste. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Okay, Nick, not Jonas, not Nick Jonas, but a hot Nick nevertheless. So he receives 5 out of 5 for hotness. The way he cooks and cleans and also woos Amber, I keep calling her Amber, it's Amber. The way he like goes up to her door when like during their first night together in like the same house. So like they're not dating yet, but he's like he goes up to her door and like closes it, and then she opens it and whatever. Like they have that sort of conversation thingy going on. And then like he hits his head and like he's so cute, he's so hot, he's so like he gets aura points for that. And then he gets aura points for like the next morning where he's like she's getting out of the shower and she sees him and she's like so shocked because like he's gotten up early and he's like, yeah, I've like had to put so many alarms. And I was like, a man who's putting in effort, who's like putting, oh my god, I get the bare fucking minimum. So he's like, okay, I put like so many alarms to wake up. And then he also like made her a full spread of like breakfast, and of course she like takes one sip of juice and like runs away. But also when he's like, I do have a minute, and she's like, what for? And then he like comes closer and like pulls her closer and she's like, you smell so nice. Hang on. Hang on. Like, that's very sexy, that's very hot, I'm afraid. Yeah, and then he also like when he takes her out for ice cream later in the movie and then takes like responsibility of their children and all. So they also have pretty hot sex, I believe. I think they do. So infinite aura points. He gets a 5 out of 5 for hotness. Intelligence. So if we talk about like multiple intelligences, and like so intelligence isn't just like academic intelligence, like the sort of very stereotypical intelligence. So like if you're a psychology student, you know that. But he is skilled. He's a skilled chef. And like yeah, even though like some people say, okay, that's skills are different and intelligence is different. Like talent, like he has a talent, he's a talented chef, that's different. And then like intelligence is different. We're not going to get into that debate. We're not doing a psychological debate of what counts as intelligence and what does not. We're just talking broadly, and I am including different types of intelligences, okay? So he is intelligent, he's skilled, but he has a tendency of behaving like a child, especially like his fights and all with Amber, and but he knows what he wants. And he makes it very evident, and he like says, okay, you know, I don't want responsibility, I don't want children, I don't want to be married, these are my reasons. And also he does say like, okay, you know, this is what happens after marriage. Like it just becomes, it's hot and sexy and passionate before marriage, and then you just get into this routine and becomes nagging and this and that. I'm not saying I agree with his points, I'm just saying he made his points clear. Those are not my opinions on marriage. And clearly his opinions on marriage also change, because he does end up marrying her because he wants to, because he loves her. But yeah, so you get what I mean. So he does communicate well, and maybe that he does communicate well, maybe that comes off as a little, I'm going to talk about that. So he makes that really clear, so I'll give him a 4 minus 1, so like a 3. And good man, I would say yes. He does not, he has eyes only for Amber, he doesn't, you know, his eyes don't stray, he doesn't cheat. He thinks he's ready to move on, but he's clearly never gotten over her, and he actually overcomes his fear of doctors and blood donation and needles, and goes to donate the blood for like that test. So I would say 4. I would say 4 for like being a good person. He is tardy and late lizer and took things a bit unseriously, so not a 5. He's not perfect. Does he need to be fixed? Yes, but I already deducted a mark for that in the good man category. He did need to be shown the way, the path, and like to become a good man for Amber. So yes, he did need some fixing. Okay. Good partner, I think so. He was insensitive to Amber in the beginning, and then when she got pregnant as well, when like he was not very, he didn't say it in a very nice way that, okay, I don't want the child. He's like, kill it. And then she's like, it's abortion. Okay, it's abort it. It's not like a human being. It's not a... I am pro-choice. I am pro-abortion. And again, the fetus at the stage they detected it at is not a human being. So him being like... So he is a little insensitive. That's still the wrong word. That is, and he was a little insensitive towards Amber's feelings. He was not... He communicated, but not the way he should have. He made himself clear that he did not want any responsibility, but he irritated and annoyed Amber quite a lot. But he came around. He came around. And became gentle and soft and acknowledged her needs and everything, and and he realized that he's in love with her and that she matters the most to him and everything. Also, the radio stunt to find her was very sweet, and I will give a 4, not a 5 for causing. I am considerate of the pain he caused her, okay, and the terminology he used, and just he was a little insensitive. So 4, not 5. So I deducted some marks everywhere. I deducted marks evenly all throughout, because he doesn't deserve 100 on 100. He does not. Good dad, I think so. And he stepped up very quickly. He's like, oh, twins, okay, I'm ready to name this relationship. I'm ready to take responsibility of these children. And of course he did the test also. So I'll say 4. Again, not giving him a 5 in anticipation. I think 4 is good enough, yeah. Totals to 20 out of 25. Last one, Agent Vinod. This movie had a banger after banger after banger. It only had 4 songs. Banger after banger after banger after banger. But all 4 of them were bangers, I'm afraid. Hotness, 5 out of 5. I'm not even going to elaborate much in this. It's just, you need to follow me on Instagram. You need to see that reel. You need to see that reel. It's very hot in this movie. Preeti Zinta, after the 2010-11, I don't know when that happened. So basically there was this Being Human runway, and almost all of the big actresses in Bollywood were there. And they walked the runway for Being Human, which was Salman Khan's initiative. Not gonna get into that, not gonna get into how humane Salman Khan actually is. But yeah, so that's his thing. And it's his brand. And they did merchandise, they wore the merchandise and they walked the ramp. Preeti Zinta, in an interview for NDTV or something, I think it was NDTV. So it's they had Preeti Zinta and Saif are this. They have their arms around each other's shoulders, and they're talking to NDTV, and they're obviously good friends. They've done a lot of movies together. They're on good terms. They get along well. And then so Preeti Zinta says that I've already said this to Saif off camera, but I want to say it to him again. That this is the best he's ever looked. She was right. She was onto something. As soon as that man hit 40. Need I say more? She was so right. She was onto something. She was onto everything actually. So hotness, 5 out of 5. I'm afraid. Intelligence, 5 out of 5. He is an agent. He's a spy. Of course he's intelligent. Morals, 5 out of 5. Good man, very good man. And it takes a very strong sense of morality to do what he's doing, and grit and resilience and just I love it. He does not need to be fixed. He's not a man-child. He does not need to be fixed at all. He does not need to be soft-parented. And him meeting Kareena and wanting to give her the life she wanted instead of, wanting to take things from her. Instead of being a parasite and sucking life out of her. He wanted to give her things. He wanted to be the man she wanted. He fixed, there was nothing to be fixed, but he was okay, you want a domestic life, I'll give you the domestic life, okay? Even though I'm not a domestic man, but I will become the sort of thing you want me to be. Automatically, you don't need to change me, I'll just do that for you because I love you. So he only keeps getting more and more honor points. He doesn't lose any. He's not a loser, okay? He doesn't lose any aura points. He keeps getting them. And good partner, 5 out of 5. Rabta, where he like protects her and saves her and also like simultaneously kills the bad guys. I'm afraid Book Talk would have a field day with him. I'm not gonna introduce him to Book Talk. Book Talk can respectfully fuck off and take their hands off of my man, okay? My fictional boyfriend. And after the Mujra, I'm forgetting like the name of the song, when he escapes with Kareena and when they like fall onto that bed and he's like, मुझसे शादी कर रहे हो कि? Yes, करूँगी. The scene where he asks to marry her. Good dad? Probably, but I don't know. I'm not very sure. Because of his occupation, and then like he might not be super present, but then he did say he wanted a lot of children before. He wanted to become like an agent, and he also said he wanted to give Kareena the life she wanted. So I think he would have probably like left his job if he had like if Kareena had not died at the end of the movie. So I'll say like 3 in anticipation. I don't know, 4. Depends on like if he's actually would have quit, like 4 5. If not, then like 3. So like he gets like 23 to 25 depending, but let's just say 23. Let's just keep it at 3. 23, this is the highest. This is the highest. So this is the end of part 1. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye. Thank you for watching.